response.
My pleasure, sir.
Mr. Speaker, will the gentleman yield?
Does the gentleman yield?
I yield for questions.
Gentleman
So-
yields.
So just to follow up, you're sure that none of this money is going to affect children that are receiving medical services from Medicaid, such as CHIP, or any other programs? Can you identify those programs that you are taking money from?
We're taking the money from the Medicaid program.
Well, name the programs that you are going to shortchange by taking $70 million away from Medicaid.
So again,
Isn't that for indigent Texans?
respectfully, Representative, the Medicaid program is an entitlement program, and so one of the things that we will do this evening is passing a supplemental appropriations bill that will provide a true-up for services that are covered under the Medicaid program that have been provided.
Well, why
and
don't
in
you-
2 years, we'll do that again.
Why don't you wait for the supplemental to get this $70 million and leave Medicaid alone?
So I would prefer to do it now.
Why? Because you probably think the other isn't going to pass. Is that correct?
No, this is the mechanism that we've chosen. It's a legitimate, viable mechanism, and it's not going to take programs away from people on the Medicaid program, and so this is a great source for this.
And yet you're not willing to name one service or one program that is funded by the money that you're taking, $70 million. You can't name providers, you can't name programs, you can't name services. Are these people just providing flyers? And
Well, respectfully, Representative, the Medicaid program doesn't work like that. So we're
I'm not talking about Medicaid. I'm talking about your Thriving Families program. You are not able to name one service that is provided or any providers or any of the quote-unquote clinics. You have not named any of those.
I've read the list to you to the body a couple of times of
When?
services that are provided, Representative. I can say I do have a list in front of me of some of the top providers in our state, the Texas Crisis Pregnancy.
I have not heard anything being read.
Sorry,
Can
Texas
you read those
Pregnancy
to us?
Care Network, Source for Women, Pregnancy Center of the Coastal Bend, and Carolyn House are the top 4 providers in our state.
How much do they get each?
I don't have that information in front
Well,
of me,
you must know
Representative.
if they're the top ones.
So it's typically fee-for-service reimbursement, so similar to the Medicaid program.
Well, surely somebody has a ledger and tallies up how many providers are providing X number of services for X number of dollars. Isn't that what responsible fiscal practices are? Shouldn't we know? Shouldn't the state know exactly how much is being funded for which services? Because that's fiscally responsible. Why are you allowing these providers to skate with such vague information when you're giving them so much money and you're saying that it's so much better? You have to have some metrics that show what you're alleging.
There are. I just don't have them in front of me.
Well, that's pretty shameful, I believe.
Well, I'm sorry that you're disappointed.
Well, I am. And I'm
Okay.
disappointed that you're taking money from indigent Texans to fund something that is smoke and mirrors, and it's really offensive.
I'm sorry you feel that way.
Mr. Turner, for what purpose?
Mr. Speaker, with the gentleman yield for some
Does
questions.
the gentleman yield for questions?
I yield for questions.
Gentleman yield.